Hi everyone, this is Aaron Sampson, co-founder of MapGoal, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the 4 areas that you need to pay attention to in your life in order to achieve happiness. That's right! Who doesn't want to be happy in their life? I know I want to be happy. And I call these areas the 4 pillars of happy achievement, and these pillars really apply to everybody. They apply to teens, they apply to adults, men, women, and a lot of times, if someone may not be feeling so happy at some moment, it's generally because one of these pillars is not being met. So it's really important to think about these 4 pillars as you think about your life and as you think about your goals itself. So with that, let's jump into the first pillar. The first and probably most important pillar in order to achieve happiness is people. That's right, people. It's important to have people in your life who you love and who you feel like you're getting love from. Because really that's what life is all about, is giving love and getting love. And depending what age you are or what stage in your life you are in, you're going to have different people in your life. If you're a teen, you probably are going to want to have friends. You're certainly going to have family who loves you. Josh Shipp says it's important for teens to have that one caring adult. As you get older, your needs may change in terms of the people you want in your life. Maybe you want a husband or a wife. For me, I have a wife and 3 kids. Those are my people. They're my rock. They're my life. But of course, I have other people in my life too, like my friends and my family and my mom and my dad, who I'm blessed to still have in my life. So it's very important you recognize which people are those crucial people in your life. And if you feel like there is an area where that people pillar is not being met, it's important to set a goal in order to get those people in your life. And there's a lot of ways you're able to do that. Again, don't second guess those people in your life, because they're very important and they're critical for you to achieve happiness. All right, that's it for pillar 1. Let's move on to pillar 2. Pillar number 2 is purpose. It's crucial that you feel that your life in some way has some sort of meaning. Because a lot of times you'll feel unhappy if you feel that you're just going through the motions, but there's no real reason or cause for why you're doing the things you're doing. Now, your purpose could certainly be the people in your life. And the 4 pillars, I should have said this at the upfront, they definitely can be related. So your people can be your purpose and vice versa. But sometimes your people may not be enough. So, for example, in my case, I have 3 kids. They're absolutely a huge purpose of my life, and I love them. For God, I'm putting so much into them. They better be a purpose. But there's other stuff in my life that I do, like creating these videos or helping teens succeed, which is also a purpose for me. So you need to find in your life the unique cocktail of things you do or goals that you're trying to go after that accomplish your purpose. It could be, you help animals. Maybe you're political. Maybe you feed the homeless. It could even be religion. A lot of people find their purpose in life through religion or through their church or temple or whatever it is that you go to pray to your God. So there's lots of different ways to find purpose, but it's important to recognize what things in your own life are giving you purpose. And again, just like in the people example I just mentioned, if there's a void there, or if you feel like, you know what, I'm not achieving that in any way, set goals in order to get there. First identify it, and then set goals in order to get there. Got it? Good. Third pillar of happy achievement is pleasure. That's right. It ain't rocket science. In order to be happy, you need to feel pleasure. But it's really important to mention this one, because oftentimes we as people, our lives may be going really well. As you get older, you may have a family, you may have a really good job, you may work, you may have purpose, you feel like what you're doing is good, but you still don't have enough elements in your life that give you pleasure. Oftentimes, I actually have to schedule pleasure, believe it or not. I may have a little bit of free time, and during that hour, as opposed to making one of these videos or going to work or taking my kids to the park, which, don't get me wrong, that's pleasurable as well, but there's other types of pleasure that I like as well, like going to a movie, going to a baseball game, spending some time with my wife without the kids. So there's a lot of areas in your life that you actually may need to structure or schedule pleasure in order to achieve happiness. And if you're one of these people that feel like, yeah, You're right. I don't feel a lot of pleasure either. My life is going great, but I could use some more downtime, or I could use some more time where I schedule joy. Schedule it. Do it. Find out what that joy is first, and then you gotta schedule it. So that's the third pillar of happy achievement. And let me remind everybody, all these are related. Your pleasure could be your purpose. Obviously, my people is also my pleasure. But like I said, I oftentimes experience and seek different types of pleasure, if you know what I mean. That was creepy. Cut that. The fourth and final pillar is prime health. I don't know. That's my embodiment of prime health. Suffice it to say, it's really, really important to have prime health in order to achieve happiness for several reasons. The most obvious one being that if you're not alive, you're not going to be happy. And having prime health and staying healthy gives you a better chance of staying alive. But also, being healthy, the physiology of being healthy and being active and eating good foods, it's all related to your moods and how you think and how you are happy. It's all related. I'm not a nutritionist, but I tell you that if you just eat fatty foods and sugar sodas and you're not eating the right foods and being active, you end up not only becoming unhealthy and being overweight, but your moods also are affected as well. So it's really important to set goals in order to achieve the level of health that you want to achieve in order to achieve the happiness that you want to achieve. Now, what does prime health encompass? Well, that means you have to eat the right foods, set goals for what kind of foods you want to eat. It also obviously means you have to work out accordingly. How many times do you want to work out? Maybe your prime health also includes some sort of mental checkups or mental health. Maybe you want to see a psychotherapist or a therapist like my wife Rebecca and co-founder of MapGoal, who is a psychotherapist. So depending on what you need in your life, you can set goals in order to achieve the optimum prime health. And I want to caveat all the P's by saying that there is something there. You can go too extreme on the P's. What does that mean? And going too extreme could also affect your prime health. So let's say, going back to the P, purpose, let's just say you have such purpose and you such big cause and you love your job and your job is all about the purpose or what you're going after, but you're a complete workaholic going after this cause or going after this vision. Well, that could affect your prime health. So you may, in that circumstance, want to actually set goals to scale back your going after this in order to be more healthy. If you're a workaholic and you're not able to work out, you are neglecting one of your P's. Also, pleasure. There's certainly ways you can take it to an extreme and have pleasure that may not be healthy. For example, maybe you're into drugs and alcohol to a bad extent, which obviously affects your prime health. But there's other fleeting pleasures in life which may not be good for you or may affect the people in your life. For example, if you're in love with someone like I am, my wife, I made a vow to stay faithful to her. There may be circumstances where some people in their life are going after fleeting pleasure and they're cheating on their spouses or cheating on their girlfriends in order to go after that fleeting pleasure. But in the long run, it's not worth it, and it'll destroy not only the people in your life because it'll affect those relationships, but it'll also affect the pleasure itself because eventually that fleeting pleasure goes away and then you're left with something pretty terrible inside. So remember, you can definitely go too extreme on any one of the 4 Ps, and it's important to really understand what type of people, pleasure, purpose, prime health are you going after so you make sure it's the right type to go after in order to achieve happiness. That's a lot of me talking. I'm getting sick of me talking and I'm schwitzing a little bit. So that's it. That's the 4 Ps. It's crucial that every one of you have a little bit of each one of those 4 pillars in order to achieve happiness. Some of you may lean more towards one of the pillars than the other pillars, and that's totally okay. But I encourage you to think about your own life now and think, okay, people, purpose, pleasure, prime health, am I hitting those areas? Check. Maybe I can work more on that. And for those pillars or that pillar or pillars where you feel like you could work more, set some goals in order to get there. That's it for now. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.